Do you hate using spreadsheets? Here in this video, I'm going to share with you some skills that everybody should know about spreadsheets. I'm not going to speak about formulas or macros or anything complex. These are basic skills, basic habits that you should have when you're using Google Sheets or Excel to be able to jump around from this worksheet to the next one, or to resize columns, or to freeze the header so that it doesn't go scrolling off the screen. Basic things that people don't know. So this is the beginner's guide to getting more comfortable with Google Sheets. Most of the tips will also apply for Microsoft Excel. Now, you may not need all of these tips, so check the timestamps in the description below so that you can jump ahead or jump back, learn the tips that you need. Let's get started. Give your spreadsheets a name. Otherwise, you'll end up with all of these ones that are called untitled spreadsheet. Spreadsheets have got a way of building a life of themselves. So give them a name, a sensible name, something that is going to make it easy for you to find. And another thing is name your sheets. So this is the spreadsheet and these are worksheets. So this is one worksheet. If I hit the plus sign, I can create a second one and a third one. And as you can see, they can grow. So rename it, nice and easy to do. So you just click here, rename, give it a name. That's the index one. It generally makes it easier for you to remember where to find things and to refer to them if you are starting to use formulas. So this next tip is around reformatting or resizing things. A bit annoying if you have to do this every time. So what you do, I'll just undo those, is you'll highlight here, highlight the sheet, and then just double click between the first and the second column will do. Double click, and then that will automatically make each column as wide as it needs to be according to the widest entry in the column. Now, the next one is one that I have seen people who have been using spreadsheets for 10, even 20 years, and they don't do, and it's really annoying. You can see here, so this is from my YouTube channel, and this is a series of dates, how many subscribers I got on that day, or sometimes I lost subscribers, how many videos I published, how many views I had, and so on. But now if I want to go down, so you can see these are in date order here, and if I want to go down here, now I've lost my column header. So all I need to do is to freeze the row. And so to do that, highlight it here, view, freeze, and I'm just going to freeze row 1. You can freeze more rows if you've got a bigger heading in. And now when I scroll down, my heading is still there. So it makes it easy for me to know what each column, what each cell is referring to. Now a similar thing is if you want to keep this column fixed, this one on the left, so that when you scroll right, it doesn't disappear. Well, you can freeze the column just there, highlight the column, freeze, up to one column. That's great. And now you can see that the rows and the columns are both frozen. So if I go to the right here, I've still got my column there. And if I go up, I can still see my header row there. Nice and easy. Very simple thing to do, and it's annoying how often people overlook this after they've designed a nice headline, nice column headings. Now this next one is just about making your sheets more readable, and that's simply having consistency of fonts, especially if somebody has copied and pasted something in from a website or from another sheet, then often the fonts are the wrong size or different sizes, which is really just very, very hard to read. And so what you do is, if you want to, you can highlight the entire sheet and then just set a font. And in a sense, it probably doesn't matter what font it is, as long as it's consistent. And then we make it whatever size that is. And now they're all much more readable because they're all the same size. While we're on it with the fonts, you already know this, but you can highlight this and make it a different color. Okay, that one's not the great color, so let's just go with something else here, and I can make them bold as well. That makes the columns a little bit, makes the text a little bit hard to fit inside the cells. So once again, we click between the A and the 1 cell. That's to highlight the entire sheet. And we'll double click. I won't double click here because this is the dividing line or the freezing line between column 1 and column A and column B. So I'll do it between B and C, and I double click there. And that will make each column as wide as the text with the widest cell in it, so such as this one here. Now if you have a spreadsheet that's got quite a few sheets in it, then what I recommend you do is put them in the order that you want them, whatever that is. You can drag them to the left or right. In Google Sheets, you get to see all of the sheets listed here. But what I recommend you do is put in an index, especially if you have quite a few sheets in there. To do that, we're just going to create a link to cell A1 in each of these sheets. Insert, link. Now your link, of course, can be a link to a website, but you can actually link to sheets within the current document. So I'm going to link to navigation here, and then I'll link to the next one, which is formatting. You get the idea. I'm going to link to the formatting sheet there. And now, if I click on that link, that will take me straight to the navigation one. If I go back here, I can click on the formatting one. That will take me straight to that formatting sheet in Google Sheets. And of course, you can link to a website too. Once again, insert link, or Command K, Control K on Windows. And then you can just paste the link in here. So let's go to google.com, and I'll just put that in there, and that will link me, that will take me straight to Google. Now you can link to other spreadsheets, PDFs, other documents. You've got all different options here. So you don't only have to link to a website or to an internal cell within the current spreadsheet. Do you spend a lot of time looking for stuff within Google Sheets or within your spreadsheets? Well, there are a few ways of finding things quickly. One very popular one is to turn on filters. Just go up to here, create a filter, and then you can narrow things down by particular conditions or something that fits a certain value. But another way of doing it without filters, and you may want to look through the entire spreadsheet, not just this one worksheet, is simply the find command. So that's Control F or Command F. So this is a list of all of the videos on my YouTube channel on all kinds of technical tips. But which ones are about Google Sheets? Control F. I'm going to be searching for Google Sheets, and as soon as I do that, you can see that it highlights them automatically. How to freeze header rows or columns in Google Sheets, how to create checkboxes. So you can see that it's found 18. Now you can actually search not just in this one sheet that I'm in, or you can search in all sheets if you want, or you can limit it to a particular range. If you want to do a find and replace, you can do that as well. So that Control F is a really good tool to allow you to search through the entire spreadsheet. Now this hasn't been a full course on how to use Google Sheets or Excel, but it does give you some basics which most people, from my experience, most people miss. If you want to go back and look at any of those tips, check the timestamps in the description below this video.